Joined by Maggie Kamp here, the Calvin women's volleyball team, the 2014 NCAA Division III Academic All-American of the Year, women's volleyball. Congratulations. And Maggie, when you heard the news, I know you're pretty honored. I mean, just talk a little bit about your thoughts about receiving that award.
Yeah, first of all, thanks so much. I was really excited when I found out that I got this award. Didn't really know what it was all at first, but then I looked into it a little bit more and I was really honored to be named the Academic Player of the Year. I know there's a lot of girls that work really hard all year long, especially during season. It's a lot of work to do with school and with volleyball, so I was extremely honored to receive this award.
Mm-hmm. And you play a demanding schedule with volleyball. I know you work very hard, but at the same time, you have to balance your schedule, and you've got a major of business marketing. I think it's a minor of graphic design,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got a balance to try to stay at a high level in both categories. Talk about how you go about doing that.
For me, a small secret that I like is to do homework in my 20-minute breaks or my small breaks. I like to keep my life compartmentalized, so when it's social time, I don't like to be stressed about school, and when it's school time, I like to get down right to it. So I try to take advantage of the time I have and to really do my homework and get it done when I have the opportunity to.
Mm-hmm. Your family, I mean, you're one of 5 sisters, and the 4 sisters, including you, that have played volleyball here. Academics are a big thing in your family. It's pretty apparent. Just talk about how that was instilled in you as you were growing up, going on through the high school ranks and now here in the college ranks.
Yeah, it's really special to be able to share this experience with my sisters, and we always push each other to be the best students and volleyball players and people that we can be. So growing up, we would always compare report cards or ACT scores, and we would joke around with each other. It's never been, if you don't get an A, then dad's gonna punish you type of thing, but I'm sure our parents are really proud, and yeah, so it's not forced upon us, but it's something that we all have chose to really value.
And it's a little bit of, as I was talking about with one of the national coordinators for this award, this is kind of a camp triple-double here, because oldest sister Rebecca was a National Player of the Year and an Academic All-American of the Year. Sister Lizzie did it the following year in 2012, and now here you are pulling off the very impressive double, being the National Player of the Year and Academic All-American of the Year. Just talk a little bit about that and how cool it is to have that all in your family.
Yeah, that's really special for our family. I think that we all love being around each other, and like I said before, pushing each other to be the best volleyball player or student that we can be. So it's nice to see that pay off, and yeah, Mom and Dad better be proud of us.
Speaking of family, the Calvin women's volleyball team really treats each other a lot like families. I mean, they're your extended sisters, and I know that some of the goals are, sure, excellence on the court, and certainly you guys have done that, making it to the finals number of times now, national semifinals this year, national championship last year. And I know another goal, though, is to achieve in the classroom. Talk about how that has been impressed upon your team and the program by head coach Amber Warners.
So at the beginning of the year, we have a retreat, and at our retreat, we make team goals and individual goals. So there's a section for academic goals. We have a GPA, I think it's a 3.5 or better, that we want to achieve as a team. And then individually, you can set your own goals for that. So we hold each other accountable. We have mandatory homework time or just silent time on the bus, to away games to do your homework so that we're not distracted by each other. And then at away tournaments, we'll have homework time available, and if people need to take tests, we always place that above social time and above volleyball.
Mm-hmm. Talk about this season a little bit. You're the defending national champs. There's always that target on your back. You had to adjust a little bit to a freshman setter who ended up being quite the talent, but there's always that transition mode, as you were used to playing for a couple of years with a different setter. And you achieved a lot. Went 31-4 all the way to the national semifinals, got a share of the league title, and then won the league tournament title. Successful season all in all. I'm sure it's not quite where you wanted to get to ultimately, but a lot of things to hang your hats on. Talk about this season.
This season was really special for me. This season was so much different than last season too. Coming off of a national championship, we really didn't focus on that too much. So we had a whole new group of girls, 11 freshmen. That was really incredible to get to know so many of them, and it just gave the team a whole different feel, a whole new group of girls. So that was really fun. We had a really successful season, and yes, it did take a little bit of time for everyone to get used to each other, especially with some injuries and some positions flipping around. So it took a little bit of time playing-wise to get where we wanted to be, but in the end, we had a really great season, and it was so much fun.
Mm-hmm. Next year, you have quite a few people back, including yourself. I would suspect you're pretty excited already about looking ahead to next year. Talk about that.
I can't wait for next year. I don't think I've ever been more excited, especially with the way it ended. I think we're all just so ready to go again, and we realize we have a lot to do in the off-season, and we're grateful for the time that we have away from the sport and to focus on friends and family and everything else like that in school. But by the time next fall rolls around, we're going to be really, really hungry.
Yeah. Let's talk vocationally. As you mentioned, business marketing major, and I think it's graphic design or visual design as your minor. And talk a little bit about what you hope to do. I mean, your oldest sister is a teacher. Another sister, I believe, is an accountant, Lizzie, and Stacy looks like she's going into the business world along the same lines. What are you thinking about doing down the road?
My long-term goals I'm not really sure of right now, but I do have a marketing internship next spring, so I'm looking forward to getting a little bit more experience and being able to define what I want to do a little bit more with that. I know that I want to combine my creative talents as far as graphic design goes with my business side, more of the marketing feel. So I would like to end up moving somewhere west and just kind of experiencing more of like the nature and the adventure aspect as well as pursuing my career in marketing and graphic design.
Sure. And speaking of adventure, sounds like you've got a little bit of an adventure coming up here during the month of January. Calvin has 1 month, they call it the interim term, where for a month students can experience something a little different, take just one course. Many of them choose to go off campus, and you're choosing to do that. You're going to the Galapagos Islands, I should say. Talk a little bit about that adventure and what you're looking forward to with that.
I'm so excited for this January. I have a really great group that's going to the Galapagos Islands in the Amazon rainforest, and we're going there for the whole month. We're going to be snorkeling and hiking and studying the biology of those areas, and it's going to be a really great break from the typical textbook and lecture type of classroom setting, and I'm really excited to spend my month at the Galapagos Islands.
Sounds very exciting. Congratulations on this award. We're all proud of you here at Calvin College.
Thank you so much.
Alrighty.